And that's what my baby boy is going to live in as of right now.
Goonie chic.
Goonie chic.
Love it. When did you find out it was a boy? Did you have a gender reveal, or what was the deal with that?
Oh my God. Can I just say, I love gender reveals. You know, people are always like, well, the gender reveal is just for the parents. And like, that's true. Like, the only people that really care about the gender of the baby or like are interested in it are the parents. But I love watching gender reveals. I just went to one the other day and I'm like, God, I forget how much I love this. Like, it's not even my baby. Like, and I'm so excited being at somebody else's gender reveal and just like seeing the excitement on their faces. It's just like such an emotional thing. This time, Beau wanted to have a big giant party. And I was like, no, like, we're the only ones that care. We're the only ones that care. I just threw, like, at a Halloween party, Hartford's birthday party. I just threw a baby shower for one of my best friends. It was Christmas. We hosted Christmas. I'm like, we're not doing another party. We're the only ones that care. So we went to New York, and two of our best friends who are going to be our baby's godparents, we call them the Taylors. Both their names are Taylors. They took us to our favorite restaurant in New York, which is Rolf's, the German restaurant that's dressed like Christmas. It's decorated like Christmas, like always, pretty much. It's insane. If you're somebody who's into Christmas, you have to go. It's insane. So we went there, and our friends knew the gender, and so they surprised us with like opening a little box, and we found out it was a boy.
So we skipped like the big gender reveal. What about any plans for a baby shower?
I haven't thought about the baby shower yet. And this is the thing. I'm very controlling. I like to plan things myself. And baby showers are typically thrown for you. But like, that's not my vibe. How weird will it be if I throw my own baby shower? I'm asking you. Weird?
Yeah, that's a good point.
I feel like I want to plan my own. Just so that I know everything goes the way that I want it to go. You know?
Love it. So you are the first VPR alum, current and alum, to have two babies. Are we done there? Are we thinking we're going to expand more? Or are we like not even there yet?
It is my fantasy to have a ton of children, a lot of them. But children are really expensive. I'm discovering as life is going on. They're very expensive, and I feel like they're the most time-consuming thing in the entire world. And when I think about what I want my children's lives to be like, I want to be able to devote so much attention to each of them and give them as much as possible. And I'm like, if I had a third, how would I give that one as much attention as these other two? So at this point, I feel like 2 is a great number for me, but never say never, because I might wake up one day and decide today's the day. You never know.
So we know that you're going to be turning your closet room into a nursery.
I know, it's so sad. I mean, my closet room is the best, okay? I have dreamt about having a closet room for as long as I can remember. Like, it's something that I'm very proud of. I worked hard to be able to have, and when I go in it, I feel nothing but pure joy. And that was another thing that was holding me back on trying to get pregnant, because I'm like, well, where would we put this baby? We don't have an extra room. And then I just woke up one day and was like, what the am I talking about? Like, I can get rid of the stupid closet room. So yes, the closet room is going away. I'm purging my closet. I don't need half the that's in there anyway. And that is going to be a nursery.
Now that you know it's a boy, I don't know if that affects the aesthetic. Do you have any ideas you can... I don't know. Oh, we're doing like the neutral,
Listen, I love a good neutral, and I love beige. I think most people who follow me know that, but I am in no way just like a boring beige queen, okay? Like that, I'm not boring beige. Hartford's room is still a dream. It's French country chic with a dash of Hogwarts. Okay, that's what I like to say. I think it's just really, really cute. It's not like bland. But for this baby, oh my gosh, since finding out it's a boy, I'm gonna tell you what my inspo is right now for the aesthetic, and you probably will think I'm crazy. Now, when I say what the inspo is, it's not like a theme. You're not gonna walk into the nursery and be like, oh, Batman everywhere. It's an inspiration. And right now, the inspiration you're gonna think I'm crazy, is Indiana Jones meets the Goonies. Now hear me out, okay? This is just how I work creatively. I have those images in my head, and what makes up those images? Like old maps, you know, an old pirate ship, travel things like old travel luggage, kind of like an explorer vibe, but vintage. That's where my head's at. Like, you wouldn't go into the room and be like, this is themed like the Goonies. You would go in and be like, God, this has like a really cool world traveler vintage vibe to it, but it's not campy or cheesy. It's chic. And that's what my baby boy is gonna live in as of right now.
Goonie chic.
Goonie chic.
Love it. How hard was it giving up your closet room for the nursery?
Okay. Not to like go all Saint Stassi on you, but to give up my closet for the nursery, it actually wasn't that hard. Like, I don't know if just becoming a mom makes you like way more selfless or something like that, or if just I'm that excited to just have another baby, and I know how lucky I am to get pregnant and have another baby. But the second that I found out I was pregnant, I walked into that closet and was just like, I don't need you. No, but for real, like, looked at half of my shoes and I'm like, don't need you either. I loved you, but right now you're just art and collecting dust.
Talk about an evolution of Stassi.
Oh my gosh, hashtag growth. Wow. You know what I mean?
I want to ask, you've explained in the past that you didn't quite feel like yourself with your first pregnancy. Is this pregnancy different? How so?
Okay, my first pregnancy, while I wasn't sick or throwing up, I felt it was really hard, and I think that's because of the environment and the circumstances. I think to be locked up in your house during COVID and not being able to go do normal things while you're going through something like creating life and your body changing and their hormones and all of that, I was scared to get pregnant again because I associate pregnancy with all that, with feeling isolated and like just alone, you know. This time around, I'm making such a concerted effort to like keep living my life. I think that's also why I'm really excited to go on tour while pregnant, because I want to keep myself busy. I want to get out of the house. I want to put on OOTDs. I want to go to dinner with my husband or my friends and like really live as a pregnant person, because I didn't do that last time. I didn't even really post on social media. So this feels already like a completely different experience.
And we're gonna do a couple most and least favorite things. What do you love the most and least about pregnancy?
Can I say, okay, might be TMI, I feel like you know what I'm gonna say. Okay, the thing I like the least about pregnancy, I'm sorry if it's TMI, but I'm somebody that like, my day's already ruined if I haven't gone to the bathroom in the morning. Like, I just can't have a good day. And pregnancy constipation is so real, and it's just cruel. It's cruel that women have to go through everything else in terms of pregnancy, but on top of that, they can't go poop. It sucks.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Oh my God, it's such a huge thing.
Wow, didn't know that was a thing, so I appreciate that. And what do you like the most about it?
You know, I think the thing I like the most about pregnancy is I feel tougher when I'm pregnant. I feel way more calm and less anxious, like in situations where maybe I would get nervous. Let's say this sit-down interview, I feel like if I wasn't pregnant, I'd probably be nervous. But there's something about being pregnant that just makes me feel really calm. Like, I went to a birthday party the other day where I was like, I might see people that I don't like. Beau was nervous, not me, warrior.
It's like the most important thing.
Yeah, it's like there's something so much, there's something so much bigger going on, something that's so much more important that like everything else is just kind of like noise and like doesn't matter.
What are you looking forward to the least and most about the newborn stage again?
Okay, real talk, I don't even remember the newborn stage, so I feel like I'm going into this blind all over again. Like, I don't know if like something happens to your body where it's just like you just forget, or like Mother Nature makes you forget so that you want to do it again. But I can't tell you. I remember I love the newborn baby smell. Looking forward to that. not looking forward to like getting up 4 times a night to like feed. That's not the vibe. It's not the vibe. It'll have to be the vibe, but I'm not looking forward to that.
Any pregnancy cravings?
You know, I don't really have any weird cravings this time around. I think I'm just always hungry, which is unfortunate too, because I'm trying to do this pregnancy differently. I'm trying to be way more healthy. I've hired a trainer. You know, I'm going on walks every day. I try to like monitor my sugar intake to like 1 dessert a day. No, I'm just hungry all the time.
Any nausea? If so, what is helping you get through that?
No, I haven't been sick whatsoever. Neither of my pregnancies have I been sick. I just get tired. Again, I have it really easy. I feel like an asshole. Like, I feel really lucky, and not to brag, but like, no, I don't get nauseous.
Awesome. I do want to say too, you know, there's like very few women who can pull off pregnancy chic. Like I'd say like Brianna, Chrissy Teigen.
You're about to give me a...
And I'm not even kidding, Stassi. Like when it comes to pregnancy, like you are definitely in the like class of pregnancy chic women, just so you know.
Oh my God, thank you. No, you don't understand, because I don't feel that way. I do not feel pregnancy chic. I don't feel like I'm nailing this at all. Like I have so many Pinterest like things saved, being like, inspo, I'm gonna wear this, all that, and I never wear it, and I just feel like a blob every day when I wake up. So thank you.
Legit killing it.
Thank you.
Legit. Not even kidding.
Thank you. That is inspiring me to like really even try harder.
Just keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
Whatever you're doing is working. How do you and Beau plan to keep the romance alive during pregnancy, or is it just kind of non-existent while you're pregnant?
Poor Beau right now. You know what I mean? No, like really, poor Beau. I feel like I'm on Vanderpump Rules right now answering this question. Okay. I am not that great at keeping the romance exciting and alive. That's on my like to-do list every day. Be better at that. Like it's number one. And I feel so bad for Beau because he tries so hard, and he's like gives me massages. He's affectionate and all that. But something about being pregnant just makes you feel like, don't touch me. Like we have this joke, like, you know, when we're sleeping, if he even if a hand or like an elbow or a foot or a leg even like comes close to me, I like wake up from like REM sleep, like from the dead, like no, like you can't touch me, I cannot be touched. But I'm making an effort. Again, it's on my to-do list.
It's the hormones.
It is the hormones.
It's not your fault.
It makes you crazy. It really does.
We're gonna do a couple of Hartford things. Has Hartford started, and she's too young for school, but are you planning to have her start like pre-K? Any apprehensions about her going to school?
Oh no, I think Hartford's gonna thrive in school. We're actually in the middle of applying. We have our interview tomorrow. Wish me luck. We've toured our schools, I decided on which one, and now I just need to get her in. I even started, should I say it?
Yes.
Okay. I even made, this is so embarrassing. I even made a Hartford highlight on my Instagram of all of her like best moments, so that as we're applying to this school, I'm hoping that the faculty will stalk my Instagram and see how cool Hartford is.
That's genius.
Thank you. Okay, genius or embarrassing?
No, that's genius.
I don't know.
Great. I mean, I would think that they would, you know,
right?
Especially if it's a highlight, you know, you have to see.
Right, like if I was the one in charge of denying or accepting people into schools, I would 100% go and stalk the social media of the parents.
And who would say no to Hartford?
So, right, exactly. Now you just made me realize though, as I've been talking about this, that I need to make sure Beau doesn't post any embarrassing stories. Like I feel like I need to get on my phone and text and be like, hey, make sure you don't post anything weird because we have our interview tomorrow and they're probably looking at our social media, so like be cool.
We talked a little bit about this earlier, but I want to talk about the toddler phase, terrible twos. What are the tantrums, and what is your cure to a toddler tantrum?
Oh, I'm still looking for the cure to the terrible twos and the tantrums. Okay. The terrible twos are so real. people say that and you're like, okay, yeah, sure. No, it's real as I can't even begin to explain. Everything all day long is a struggle. Getting her dressed is a fight. Getting her to eat breakfast, like get in her high chair to eat breakfast, that's a fight. Getting out of the house to go to the park, something she likes, that's a struggle. Getting in the bath, she loves the bath, that's a struggle. Then going to bed, a struggle. So what I do and what I found works the best is I manipulate her into thinking that things are her idea. Like, she's the type of kid that only wants to do something if it's her idea, which sounds dangerously close to like myself, now that I'm thinking about it. Now that I hear the words out loud, I'm like, I think I'm like that too. So this is karma. No, it's the worst. We're just like surviving. Like when you have a kid that's going through tantrums, it's just survival. And I remind myself that this too shall pass. Like everything is a phase. Everything is temporary. Nothing is forever. It's not always gonna be like this. And we're gonna wake up one day when she's 18 years old and out of the house, and I'm gonna miss those tantrums. So in the moment, I'm like really good at like being zen and reminding myself of that.
What is your biggest parenting challenge at the moment?
I mean, we just talked about it, but 100% the biggest challenge that I'm going through is it's the tantrums. Because have you ever tried to reason with a monstrous 2-year-old? You can't. They don't understand reason. I'm like, you can get ice cream if you get in the car. She loves ice cream. She still won't get in the car. Like, you can't reason with her. It makes no sense.
Any go-to pregnancy products or gadgets that you swear by?
Not yet. I mean, pregnancy jeans, pregnancy leggings, that's pretty much it. Anything that makes the bump feel more comfortable. I'm not one of those women that's like, I wish I was, but like I see all these women who are like, I'm not gonna buy maternity clothes. I'm just gonna wear my clothes until they don't fit, or I'm just gonna size up, or I'm gonna do the thing with my jeans where like I button the jeans by having one really long rubber band. I tried that. That does not work. It doesn't work. And it's so uncomfortable when it does actually close for a little while. Why not just buy some maternity leggings and some maternity jeans? Like the second that I put those on, it was like freedom. So I am big on maternity bottoms, 100%.
Love that. Most memorable podcast guest you've had so far?
Most memorable podcast I've had thus far. I mean, I've had some good ones. There are a few. I think most recently, Jay Shetty, because he's just so inspiring, and I started following what he was saying and talking about during COVID, so during 2020. And to then all of a sudden, like 3 years later, have him on the podcast just felt really, not to get all like namaste or like growth, but I went through a very big period of changing during 2020. Like that was like a catalyst for me, like really like going inward and figuring myself out. And he was part of that process. And so to then all of a sudden interview him 3 years later, it just felt really cool.
I love him. He's so cool.
So wise.
He's so wise. He makes things that like you would hear from like a psychologist, but like so relatable and easy to understand.
Yes.
It's like therapy. Like he's so good. I love him.
No, he's the best. And he was just so, you sometimes think like when you read a book like that or you follow someone like that they're just gonna be like really serious and you might not have that much to like connect and relate to each other with, but he was so fun and laid back and cool that I left it being like, will you be my friend? I know that's weird, like adults don't really do that, do they? I don't know, but I don't know, I'm a little socially awkward nowadays.
Did anyone from Vanderpump contact you after the baby announcement? If so, who's been supporting you, who's been around you?
Honestly, most people from Vanderpump Rules contacted me, texted me or messaged me or in some way when they found out I was pregnant. I mean, just because we've all had our issues and we still, even though I'm off the show, it's like we continue to still, because we all have podcasts, you know? So we're always talking about something. Someone's talking about the other person. So even though I'm out of it, it's like the drama continues. But despite that, I think because we've gone through so much together, for so long, for over 10 years now, like we come back together to support each other when it's important. You know, it's like we're all really good at putting our differences aside when like there's something important, like a baby being born. It's like, who cares if you're fighting? You congratulate each other on that, you know?
Yeah. Did any of them know before you made the official announcement publicly that you were pregnant?
Oh yeah, well of course, Kody knew. Kody was one of the first people that I told I was pregnant, and she knew that I was trying. So she was waiting for it, because we used to do this workout every Monday for like, I feel like a year and a half. We were doing this workout at my house every Monday, EMS training. Highly recommend it. I can't wait to go back to it after I give birth. Where like you're hooked up in this suit and it's like electrical shock things as you work out. And I obviously can't do that when I'm pregnant. So, and I was scared to do it even when I was trying. So it was one of those things where I'm like, Kody, we can't work out anymore. It happened. I'm pregnant. But yeah, Kody knew, Schwartz knew. Beau's really close to Schwartz. I mean, so am I. So yeah.
And what is Katie's relationship like with her goddaughter, Hartford?
Oh my God. Well, she used to see her every Monday. Now it's like, it's so weird when like you're used to seeing somebody every single Monday, like once a week, like routine, and then you get pregnant and it's like, wait, I miss you. But no, she's the best and she loves Hartford.
And talking about podcasts, obviously this season of Vanderpump, we saw Chyna's podcast. Mm-hmm. Do you, as a fellow podcast host, do you support her questioning of Schwartz, or do you feel like she maybe overstepped? I didn't watch, so I remember this happening in real time, because Katie was telling me about it. I think Chyna's the first to admit that she oversteps, and she always will say like, well, I need to support my family. So she doesn't mind throwing some people under the bus or using people to get clicks and downloads. Like, she says it first. She says it herself. To each their own, I say to that. Bravo has confirmed with me that Kristen is back filming. We saw her filming.
Yeah.
Thoughts on that?
I mean, that feels so vintage. It's like, I saw the photos of her walking up and like seeing the crew in the back, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what does that feel like? Listen, if there was ever a moment for Kristen to come back, now. This is when they need her. This is when Kristen shines, thrives. She can uncover anything. She can confront anyone. She gets done. She has people's backs. She rallies for a cause like this. Like, Kristen is what the people need right now.
True words have never been spoken.
I know.
A lot of fans missing you on reality TV. Would you ever return in any format?
Well, I mean, I love doing reality TV. Like, and I miss it all the time. I think one day there would be something that feels like, oh, this makes sense for me to film something. I don't know what that is right now, but I'm definitely open to filming reality TV again. I don't know that going back to Vanderpump Rules that's the answer. I feel like I've done a lot of work to get past that, because it wasn't my choice to leave. So when something's not your choice, you want to work on yourself to like move away from it and build yourself a life that doesn't involve that. And so it would almost feel like taking quite a few steps backwards if I went back. But I think that if there was ever an opportunity that felt like real reality TV, like no like fake storylines or anything like that, not that Vanderpump Rules has that, but I think that there would be something eventually.
Can I ask anything about just your overall thoughts on all the drama going on? I mean, I feel like there's a lot. Mm-hmm. Are you team Ariana?
Oh, well, no I mean, if you're not team Ariana, get the out of here. Like, it shouldn't even be a question. Like, is there somebody out there who's like, I'm team Tom? Like, is someone team Tom? Like, show me that person. No. Listen, it feels weird for me to even talk about all of the Sandoval drama, because it was such a big part of my life for all of my like adult life for like 10 years, and now it's not a part of my life at all, yet it's everywhere I turn. Like it's on my For You page everywhere, like Instagram, TikTok, it's all people are talking about. I can't escape it. So it's taken over my life. Like I feel like my unborn baby has been affected by Sandoval. My unborn baby is gonna literally come out and be like, Sandoval. Like, I'm not joking. Like, he's getting the energy right now. I think it's absolutely crazy. I did a whole podcast episode talking about it. So if you want to hear all my thoughts, go there, where I just was like, for one show only, I am going to talk about this and not hold back. And then I'm going to close the book and go about the regular scheduled programming that is my boring life right now.